Watch us shiver before we burst into flames. Roll the dice, fortune's just the same. In the deep of the night, we are dead and dust. Time asks questions in which we have to trust.
Live from the podcast rooms in Glasgow, it's all about the Gers with Ricki Neill, Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller.
Hello and welcome to All About the Gers podcast. A brilliant Monday after a brilliant result yesterday. Before we go into the football, I just want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors. We've got Lounge 72, SSAFA, Park Construction and Plant Hire, DB Dental Care and Plugged In Business Solutions. And you can check them all out on our website, which is allaboutthegers.co.uk. How you doing, guys?
Magic. Brilliant. Great weekend, wasn't it?
Aye.
He's on the phone now. I don't know. He's organising another gig or something. No, it was a great weekend. Sunday was match because my dad's birthday as well yesterday. So the boys went to the game. I went up to see the Elgin.
Do you watch it with your dad, eh?
I don't watch a lot of games with my dad. Basically because the two of us get a wee bit too excited and we sometimes argue with each other. But it's changed. It's changed days now. You know, I mean, God, he's 77, Charlie. So I'm getting on in it. So I think we're kind of mellowing a wee bit. So it was good to watch it. And you forget, I forget how good my dad's knowledge of the game is. You know, it was quite interesting sitting beside him yesterday. He wasn't having a drink. I was just having a few quiet beers, and it was magic. I know I'm going to do that more often. I'm going to nip up.
He doesn't want you to come back.
Old Archie boy. No, I'm going to do that because I did enjoy that.
Aye.
So I did.
Was your dad a player on his day?
Oh, according to my dad, he was absolutely brilliant. As odd as I'll tell you. No, I heard that he was talented. He broke his leg when he was 19, and then he met my ma, and the rest is history. So
The wife's always got to blame it, didn't they?
Aye.
What about yourself, Charlie? Where did you watch a game?
Well, it was my granddaughter's first birthday party yesterday.
Congratulations.
So I was at that Louisiana Rose Miller, Clark Miller's first birthday yesterday, my wee granddaughter. So I was up there for a wee bit and then went home down to the Quarry Bar and watched. Missed the first 15 minutes, but I think it was probably better to miss the first 15, 20 minutes.
I know.
But aye.
Good weekend.
Good weekend, definitely.
Good. I just wanted to do a big shout out to... We had a few supporters buses came to the pub before the game when they were to Hampden. So Deans and District and the Airbus plus a brand new supporters bus as well. So there was about 180 people or something in the pub, which is excellent. So big thank you. Right, we may as well just go straight into talking about the football. Rangers, the starting 11 was Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic, Lindstrom, Jack, Lammers, Seamat, Cantwell and Danilo. I was really, really impressed with Balogun.
Aye, done well. The big man done really well. I think he's done his knee, but I think he's done his medial broke things.
Aye.
See where that shot, because it's kind of opened his leg, his knee
Mm-hmm.
up in it. So fingers crossed it's just a wee sore knee and nothing more of that. Because he's looked, the two games, obviously the Dundee one and Wednesday night, he's looking solid. He was driving for the back with the ball, winning headers, blocking shots. And it's been good to see the big man back. It's been a wee bit of time, obviously, because he signed in the summer and they've not seen him for 10 games or whatever. So it's good to see him back. But I think Suter to see it for what's up with him, do you know?
No.
Yeah, it'll be a muscle injury. Again, we seem to have so many of them, and I think that's why the manager has been pretty vocal, probably over the course of the last week about it. You know, he was asked a question, you know, about the fitness of the players, and his answer was that it's something that he needs to get to the bottom of, and he also used the word, what was it, robust? The players are not robust enough to, you know, get through a season. You know, fully fit. So that poses questions. And without him naming him the last manager, I thought you can tell that he's not happy about certain things that are the way, I don't know. But I mean, we're not privy to all this. But everybody asks a question. There must be an issue. He's in there. He's in the midst there. He's in the thick of it. So he's seen, obviously, at first hand that there's
laziness,
something wrong.
It's been laziness for Beale's part, I think, but where it looks things. He's not happy with, obviously, the fitness. But every manager comes in and says, I'm not fit. But we didn't look fit, actually.
Did we not discuss that last week, Charlie? In terms of it's not just about the fitness side of it; it's about how you live your life and what the guys are eating. They've got that cryo chamber and all that, and you know the ice baths. What I think the manager was getting at, the players were maybe no utilising everything that's at their disposal there. So
it's not a duty bill then. So some of the players have to take it on their back themselves. You know?
But then again, I would argue that a wee bit because that is the job of the manager and the coaches to make sure because you know what we're like as players, but we were like, if you can maybe you want to get away a wee bit quicker, or you maybe don't like ice baths, you kind of go, I'll try and get away and I'll go up the road. But no, they should be on you like a ton of bricks. Not, hey, you get your routine done, whatever it is. So there's something not been right in the background.
It was good to see Lawrence back, wasn't it?
Aye,
Magic.
You're just worried every time he goes in a challenge. You're like, oh no. Just a wee bit worried.
Obviously, the viewers can't see, but Charlie's brother's actually hiding in the background.
I know, and he should have been sitting in that seat, by the way. He
should have come over, but he actually said, he was like, did you hear the Lundstrom interview? And I said, no, I never heard it because I was working in the pub. He said, well, Lundstrom is basically saying there's a togetherness now with the team, which was missing. So, whose fault was that? Is that was it Beale or is that the manager?
It's the manager. It's his responsibility and the coaches to create that bond, that atmosphere. That's part of your job as well. It's everything. It's not just what you see on the park. It's off the park as well. And the teams that I played, not just at Rangers, other teams that I played with, that camaraderie, that kind of that bond that you have with your teammate, I think it's so important, and it was lacking. And I think that's something that the managers try to rectify. You can see it; it's clear to see.
I think obviously the situation with Stevie Davis and Alec Rabin there, that helps as well. They two probably the middlemen for the manager. Kind of Scottish mentality. They know the club, and we needed that. We definitely needed that in there. I know Stephen was there under Bill, but I don't know if he was doing any coaching or if he was involved with the middleman to the players, to the manager. I don't know if he was doing that, but it's definitely better having these guys in there.
You can see that at the end of the game. You get the camera pans on to Tav, and you see Alec just behind them. They're having a wee conversation about something. If you could lip read, you know that Alec was swearing, that's for sure. But you can see the two of them chuckling, away with each other. So there you go. So that's the important side as well. You've got guys that have been there, done it, and know what it's all about, but can motivate people. Have a laugh.
David Graham's just saying here online, good evening, lads. What's your thoughts on the team now? They're playing with a hunger now, right? But I don't think they're starting off like that in the first half. But they came out a totally different team in the second half. So
to be fair, Hearts were very negative, weren't they? Though Hearts were.
I don't mean just that game, but I think the past few games.
But I just think we started well against Dundee. We 1-0 after 5 minutes.
Apart from that game, then.
But the Dundee game, see for 25 minutes of the first half, man, they just kept on passing the ball to each other. The two teams. It was not great.
Sometimes you've got to credit the opposition you're up against because they made it stuffy. They made it hard for us, but. We kept persevering. We had the better opportunities in the first half. Maybe nothing really clear cut, but you could see we were going to wear them down. And once we got our noses in front, there was only going to be one winner.
Right. Listen, just going back to the Dundee game when you were talking about Balogun, mind we were always saying that we were struggling to break down teams. You see the runs that he was doing for defence, straight away that's pulling other players away, and that was opening up the game, wasn't it? That's what we've been missing for a long time, Charlie.
But you still worry when you can't really do that at Ibrox because teams they sit in. Dundee opened up a wee bit because they were at home. But Ibrox is very difficult. Your big centre backs running with the ball. You may as well just play another midfielder who's good in the ball and play him deeper. But it was good to see the big man back. It really was. He's solid, as we all know. He's obviously just something. Injuries have never been great for him either.
I think it's important you've got centre backs that can do that. That can break the lines, can go forward, play passes, go into the middle of the park, create an extra man. Golson's a wee bit different in terms of, he hits some terrific balls into the diagonals are brilliant, but that's Suter's strength, breaking forward into the middle of the park. Balogun, that you could see he's been encouraged to do that. I don't know if Davis maybe got that in his locker, maybe he has, but I think that's what you're going to see for the manager. I think he'll encourage that.
I'm worried about the manager and Cantwell situation though.
I know somebody's actually asked a question about that. I'll bring it up in a wee minute.
I'm worried about that.
Right, I'll bring that up in a wee minute, but I just want to do a wee shout out for John Keane. He's saying, could you please give a shout out from my daughter's godfather, Alex Rutherford, a lifelong Rangers fan. He's sadly fighting the MND, much appreciated. But I actually know Gordon Keane, who's one of the proclaimers, and he got in contact with me a couple of days ago saying, can we do a wee charity gig in the pub? So on the 26th of November, we've got the proclaimers, and there's about another 4 or 5 singers coming in, and all the money's going to go towards Alex. And I think Alex is actually going to try and come down to the pub as well.
So is that Sunday?
Alex, keep fighting. Pal.
I keep fighting. It's the Aberdeen game.
Is
So
it at night?
no, it's straight after the Aberdeen game, so it'll be 2 o'clock until shutting time. No,
I'll
but,
try and get there. I'm out on a Sunday afternoon, maybe Durante somewhere.
The proclaimers are brilliant. I don't know if you've seen them. They're excellent. They're really, really good. But back to the semi-final, Danilo, he's turning into a good wee player, Charlie, as well.
Well, he done well on Sunday. It must be hard wearing that mask. It must be off-putting. See, when you're looking in the corner,
especially when it was Halloween last week.
But
see, if you're an ugly bastard, it's great to have a mask, isn't it? I think you should have a mask on.
Aye, tell me about it.
Danilo, he set up, obviously, the brought down for the penalty, set up the second goal. And then, who was it that brought down for the free kick? It was
Scott Wright. Yeah.
Scott Wright's is probably his best 40 minutes he's ever had at Rangers.
Aye.
It was his best performance. Direct, wanted the ball. Obviously, the goal. Scoring as soon as he comes on, that helps him right away, doesn't it?
For me, Scott Wright's an impact player. Sometimes it's weird. Boys are better coming off the bench rather than starting. I think he struggled a wee bit during the week against Dundee. It wasn't his greatest game. I just think any time that he does come off the bench for Rangers, he puts in a performance. Danilo, different. See that he gives you that wee spark. He's got that movement. He's non-stop. It must be a nightmare for a centre back to mark. And listen, he misses a few, but it doesn't seem to faze him. You know, he keeps coming back for more, and I think that's important. But without a shadow of doubt, he's going to be our first choice centre forward.
Well, it shows you who our first choice left back is, then, doesn't it, as well?
Big time, Charlie. That was a real telling factor. And you're the last course of the last year or so. A couple of managers have been in, and they've always go back to Barisic. So did they, and that's a real telling factor. I don't know with because young Yilmaz is the stature that is he a weak point in terms of would he be a target? You know, because they try to hit that ball a couple of times to that back post area. And Barisic's a wee bit bigger, I wouldn't say he's the bravest.
No,
Barisic, not by a long shot, but he's a better option than Yilmaz, and I think that's a real telling factor.
You said that the other week as well, didn't you, about Yilmaz? That was just kind of the main worry about him.
Well, that's what a lot of teams are doing, isn't it? They're just diagonal.
Modern day football, you need to have that physicality, and certainly a viewer, a defender. You maybe get away with it, you know, in the forward areas, but I think at the back in the modern day game, you need to be big, strong, pacey, and have abilities. But even if you're big and strong and fit, you can get away with it. And I don't think the wee man fits that criteria, unfortunately, for him.
And there's Tavernier again. There's still people in the past few weeks still trying to get his captaincy taken off him. But after Dundee, second half.
I've said before as well, to me, it doesn't look captain material, but I tell you what, he's making us eat our words, isn't he? Because
making you eat your words.
Aye. Well, but then there's different ways of leading. You know, as a captain, some are vocal, some lead by example in terms of display. But what I liked about him, you go back a week ago against Hearts, I don't think he had a good game, far from it. But what he did, when he had to step up to the mark, we had to have a wee bit of bottle about him. He certainly showed that. And yesterday was absolutely brilliant. I tell you what,
unbelievable free kick.
Do one thing for big Golson. Don't punch him in the chest once he's just scored the second goal. Did you see it? No. Watch it back, because I watched it again the day. Did you see it? They celebrate and they run out of the corner. Big Golson gives him one.
Aye, done his ribs in.
But what was brilliant, see when he puts the ball down and there's a wee bit of time to think, and then he goes up to Golson and he's obviously saying to the two of them, stand there, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you with it, but I'm hitting that area. So just you duck.
That was a great hit.
Right, so, but see when he does strike, it's absolutely, the keeper doesn't even budge, didn't he?
It's a goalie's side as well, but the goalie can't get beat each side, but it is a
it's brilliant, by the way.
Definitely.
There's Alex Kelly, our good friend Alex Kelly. Thoughts on Cantwell, lads? Scott Wright changed the course in the match. Cantwell needs the role Lammers is playing.
Yes.
Otherwise, you could be heading for the exit door.
Cantwell's
not disciplined enough for Clement.
Well, Cantwell's got to play where Lammers is playing, because Lammers, it was non-existent again yesterday, unfortunately. I'm hoping there's a player in there. You can see technically he's good, but it doesn't. Cantwell is much better than Lammers. in my
Aye.
eyes. But
Well, see if you look back yesterday, and I watched some of the highlights. See all our best moments throughout the game. Lammers wasn't
No.
involved in it. He had a quiet game, right? But then, see when it comes down to it, just what Charlie's saying, are you going to go with a Cantwell? Or are you going to go with a Lammers? And for me, it's Cantwell every day of the week. I've said to you before, I like not just that he's a good player. I think that there's an edge there, you know, and there's a wee bit of fire in there. I kind of like that. All the top players have got that in them, so you don't take that away from him. I just think as well, he was on a booking as well, and maybe he's still getting to know him. You know, that relationship will grow, but I just think Lammers is really fortunate that he gets. I tell you what, he must be brilliant in training as well. I mean, have you played with guys that are? I was going to name one. I was speaking to a guy today about it, you know, and I won't name the guy because I was at Rangers with him, and he was seeing training. He was amazing. He was like, but see when it came to a game, and then he maybe made a mistake, he would crumble. He would get into, he would hide. He would get into a shell. And Lammers is a nice player. He flits around the outskirts of the game. Doesn't do enough for me. And look at it. See, go and watch the highlights again. And all the highlights, all our best moments, he doesn't really figure in them. So he's a decent player.
Even the first half yesterday, Cantwell was still the best. He was still trying to do the killer pass. It was one he could have put in front of him. I think it was Danilo. But the idea was right. He just didn't get it, do it properly. But Cantwell's always looking to pass the ball forward, always looking to get beyond, and he has to play before Lammers. And unfortunately for Lammers, he's just no kick. He's no hit.
But you'll appreciate Cantwell more than most people because that's the kind of position you played in, and always looking to create something. Sometimes it doesn't come off, but you need that. I just think he's overall a better player than Lammers. And then you've just said it with Lawrence coming back in as well, so he must come under a bit of pressures. That's the only thing when you look at that team and you're talking about Balogun is in there, Barisic is in there, Lammers. I think Lammers is still quite fortunate to find himself in that first 11. I just think there's maybe better options.
Maybe Fuentes has disappeared, isn't he?
Aye. And that's the guy that we were trying to get for like the past 3-4 years. You know what I mean? So, but maybe as you say, maybe in training.
You get players like that. That's what I'm saying. I know.
I mean, that goal that Lammers scored,
it was
It
brilliant.
was a peach.
It was top door. But then if you look at that, and I again watched that game over again, and the amount of kind of mistakes that he made, and then the amount he put his teammates in a wee bit of trouble at times when he shouldn't have. I'm not saying that he's no hopeless. Of course, he's no hopeless. He's a decent player, but he's just not showed enough in a Rangers jersey. And I think there's other options there that are a better. You know, other better options
for one, and then Lawrence another one.
Aye.
I would probably play Lawrence to the one up to the free.
Young McCausland as well. Flitting in, you know, sometimes guys like that.
Coming on. Well, there's Aaron Wilson saying what a difference in Lundstrom last 3 or 4 games. Looks so much fitter and constantly driving the team forward.
But it was the same situation with Lundstrom and Giovanni came in. He looked a different player.
And then it was a wee different lull, but after that, he only done it for like, was it a bit?
No, man, but I thought in the Europa League it was unbelievable, that whole run.
Aye.
So that I thought Lundstrom was magic in the Europa League run.
So that's the job of the manager, to keep that level of performance right up there.
Aye.
So that's a challenge.
I think Lundstrom's always tried, though. I think it's just sometimes he's a bad game like everybody, but I think the big man always tries, always gives 100%. He always wants to win. He's got a passion for the club now as well. So I like Lundstrom. I do.
I'm the same.
Do you know, I think for Charlie, players like that, his performance was up. It's as if the picture to him is clearer now. He knows exactly what his job is. And I know we spoke about it as well there, all that as well, but what's going on behind the scenes, that kind of that bond, that camaraderie and all that. But on the part, I think he's been, you know, the instructions that he's maybe been given for the manager, it's maybe more, you're all right there. You get your first aid certificate, you might need to.
I'm not kissing him.
No.
I'll shave.
In fact, by the way, who would
Shave,
kiss
will
him?
you? No chance, man. Fart in his mouth.
No, so I just think he looks a player now that he knows exactly what his job is in that side, and he's carrying it out
Plus he's
really
out of
well.
contract in the summer.
I didn't know that. Is that right? Aye.
There's Curry Muncher saying as soon as Lawrence is fully fit, he'll be getting Lammers' position, and we're playing him with Cantwell.
I hope so.
Aye.
Oh, that's by the way.
Lawrence going to stay fit though. That's the thing.
And that's $1 million question. But you know, it'd be great to see the two of them in a side because just what Charlie's talking about, that kind of the way they play, they always look for that forward pass. They're inventive. They see the pitch. They see passes that ordinary players don't see, and you want the guys on your side because they excite you. They get you off your seat.
There's John McInnes.
Oh, no,
He's
John.
saying, are you looking forward to visiting the Lewis and Harris Rangers Supporters Club in Stornoway next Friday? We definitely
Yes,
are.
definitely.
Are they still, I'm sure they are, they're the biggest Rangers Supporters Club in the world, which is
And they treat you unbelievable.
amazing.
Very
I know, I'm
good people.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to
Hold on,
Black
you says
Pudding.
you weren't looking forward to the.
I'm not looking
the
forward
journey?
to the journey. Well, I was telling the guys, like, I met somebody a couple of days ago and I said, so what's the wee plane like? He's like, I'm not going to lie to you, it's horrendous.
What is that
We've done it.
I don't know. I was going to just say it's like a 6-seater, just to freak him
It
out.
is about a 12-seater.
But no, I'm sure it'll be fine. But no, I can't wait, John. There's loads of the guys I know up there as well. I mind one time, one of the boys I met at one of the games, and he gave me this box, and one of the guys was like, what's in it? I said, I think it's a bottle of whiskey. Turns out it was a big black pudding. But
it's
black pudding
brilliant.
was amazing.
The best.
It doesn't even taste like black pudding you get
Well,
here. It's like
beautiful.
It's
night and
not that we're looking for anything. We're not looking for anything. But the last time I was up
Right,
there,
we get salmon, we get steak,
Black-
and we get black pudding.
Aye.
I love black pudding.
Aye.
Instead, and what?
So remember that, John.
They handed us up, and I was like, "What's this?"
I think we Kev's a butcher. Isn't it? Is it we Kev the butcher up there?
Was it? I thought we were getting like a mix up or something, some sweeties, and then see when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, the black pudding is it's
I went
tremendous."
because it's 2 steaks in it, and I didn't realise it was 2 steaks. They shoved them in the frying pan, and I'm like halfway through cooking, I'm going, oh shit.
So there you go, Charlie Miller cooks his own dinners and all
Aye.
that. Do you?
Oh, Angie, you know how to use a wash machine?
No, I don't know really how to use a washing machine.
Does he cook his own dinners? Aye,
Aye.
right there you go. I didn't know this about Charlie
Aye.
Miller. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't do cleaning up right now.
Nah. Oh, it'd be better watch because I got abused last week because I said I didn't know how to use a wash machine. So, what do you think about their penalty? Do you think it was a penalty? I don't think it was.
I didn't think it was a penalty. I really didn't. I don't think he touches him.
Nah.
I think the boy's expecting him to touch him and goes. But when they slow it right down to in the slow motion, it probably does look as if he hits him, but not in real time.
See, that's VAR. It does man nothing.
It's getting
One-
worse. It seems to be getting worse.
Did you see the ones down in England as well? At the weekend? Even Wolves last week, there was 2 that are clearly no penalties. The guys are trying to buy it, they're trying to con the referee. That one yesterday, in real time, there's nothing in that whatsoever. But then once you go to VAR, once it's slowed down, once you see a still, I'll
But
lose the
referees
will to
still
live.
have to stick by their own decision if they think it's not a penalty.
Mm.
Because when he goes to the monitor,
they
it still
don't.
doesn't. But you see, when you see it in quick time, it doesn't look like a penalty.
Mm.
And then they slow it down. So it's not
And
making
it's
any sense. You don't play football in slow motion.
Aye,
Some
and
people do.
And a minute touch, and then like it's horrible. I just hate VAR, honestly. I hate it with a passion.
like it either.
I think it is getting
Takes
worse.
goals away.
And also the media backlash because the 4th official,
Aye.
David Dixon,
That's it.
for the wee grin and the wee
Imagine
nod.
smiling at.
I know.
You're not allowed to smile.
Do you think he'll get pulled up for that?
Probably.
Not right. Well, I was listening to somebody when I was coming in here the night. A certain, his name, big Rangers man, big Andy Halliday. He was at Hearts. He was on the bench yesterday. He was saying on air the night when I was coming in, I was listening to a certain radio station, that the 4th official in Clermont were having a ding dong, were at it with each other constantly.
Aye.
He wasn't happy. I think Clermont wasn't happy when Cantwell get booked. He was raging, so they were having a wee bit. And I think it's a case of, right, you kind of know once we get that second goal and we're going to win. There's maybe a wee bit of relief that for the 4th official that he's not going to be getting that dog's abuse for the manager. So, but it's going to happen. The people read far too much into it. But I was actually, because it was actually my dad noticed yesterday, and we started to chuckle about it. But aye, Charlie's right. We're not allowed to smile. We're not allowed to smile at each other.
What's it came to? There's my pal
His
Lon
name's
Griffiths.
David Dickinson.
I know.
You see, knowing that.
He's
Aye.
an antiques.
Antiques dealer.
Aye. There's my pal Lon Griffiths saying that when we're talking about the plane, she says, Ricky, your drone's bigger. and Alex McCallum says, dome.
You see it.
But how will that again? I know. Is it a big?
Don't
Is
even
it
go
going to
there.
be wide
You
enough? You might
I
struggle.
think that he'll go
We
on
need
and
to
play.
squeeze you through that
need,
door.
need to pay extra. I'll fly it.
No.
No, you'll know. That's
Ah.
one thing for sure.
Right. Where are we now? Aye, so looking ahead to the final on the 17th of December.
No. Put it to bed. Do what the manager's done. That's what you should do.
What do you mean?
Put it back in the drawer. We're there. You know, so, and you always hear them on to the next match.
On the next
It's
game.
great that we're there. That's something. We'll start to plan for that game a wee bit further down the
And
line.
we said 6 weeks ago we wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have been in the final because under Bill we were going nowhere.
Aye.
It had to change, didn't it?
But it's a good feeling, isn't it? We know that date's
Do
there.
you know what's even better feeling? I'll be in the
yeah.
Flower of Scotland in Fuerteventura.
What's your date? You're
John's
there?
pub the 14th for a week.
Right.
So I'll be there for the Betis game, and then I'll be there on the 17th and doing the karaoke every night. So looking forward to it. So if you're over in Fuerteventura, make sure you go to Flower of Scotland, especially in the final. So
But it's something. It's great that we're there and that, and we can get excited. But what I like is about the way the manager's gone about it. He says, "Right, we've not won anything yet. We're in the final. It's magic. It's great. We'll celebrate once we win it." And that's the thing. Let's
what I was going to say is, like, obviously they're 8 points ahead, isn't it? But with a game in hand, see if we or when we win the final, do you think that will give the players a boost to, what it's like to win something?
100%. I just think
Do you know what I mean?
the fact we're there also must give them a boost because, as I said 6 weeks ago, we were gone nowhere fast, and now Clement's come in. We've got a new lease of life. We look as if we're playing better. The players are hungry. They're working harder, and we're getting results. So the Hearts game last week wasn't great, but we still dug deep and got a result. Midweek, a good performance, maybe especially the second half, and then yesterday second half again done very well, and it's looking good.
It's getting better. Isn't
I
it?
think we're showing different aspects to our game. We weren't great against Hearts last time out, but we showed the character. We dug in, kept believing. We got a result.
Like Marvin would say.
Aye, there you go. And then midweek, we got off to a good start, and then they kicked on, and it was a good performance. Could have been more goals. And then you look at yesterday, it was a stuffy first half. It was kind of, and that maybe you got to give Hearts a bit of credit. But once we got our noses in front, it was clear to see there was only going to be one winner. But so the level of performance for me, you can see it creeping up. We're getting players coming back in.
Yep.
I can just see it building and building up to the final. And that's why there's a level of confidence. I've got a level of confidence now in the players and the manager. So we look forward to that when it comes. And we've just got to stick as close to Celtic as much as we can. And when it comes to the big games, that we perform. But I'm just happy. I just look at the manager now. I just think he just looks a proper manager. We've got in place.
Charlie, do you think we'll get something out of Dessers?
I'm hoping so.
I feel sorry for him. So do you.
Why?
It might not get.
Hold on,
It might
can I-
not get back in.
Just see the ones he's just missing. He's getting in the right position, but then he's just kind of fumbling it. If you know what I mean, he's no finishing.
Confidence.
I mean, he's getting in the right position, but he's just no finishing.
Low confidence. But Danilo's there now. Danilo's starting, and then so.
And I think that's what he's working on, Gessers. He's trying to work on his confidence. He's took him out of the equation. Danilo, he's still get more to come for Danilo, but no, listen, there's only one. You shouldn't feel sorry for him and anybody. The only way you're going to get yourself going is you keep the head down, you keep working hard, you improve your fitness, your sharpness. I think it's the sharpness, and that confidence will come. Listen, if he's coming on to games now, he's coming on when we're in a winning position. So that's going to kind of have an effect on him. And so we might see him becoming a more confident player. But it's down to him. You've given me a price tag. You're a number 9, you're at Rangers. We expect you to score goals. That's your job. That's why you were brought there. So, but I think if we're going to get a tune out of him, that man, Clement, will, so, and that's why I'm saying, why do you feel sorry for it? Just because you think it's because you want
him to do good.
And of course we do.
100%.
But there's only one thing when I look at a player and that. So you just need to, you need to get a wee bit more belief about you. You need to work out. Hey, so you stay back when the boys
work his ass off.
Aye, but
Yes,
work
yes,
it
it
sharp.
does.
You can see that
It's
he can
sharpness, it
be
is.
better in certain situations. So, no, he's got to. It's down to the boy himself.
See, one of the things I wanted to ask the pair of yous, like anytime I've been to Hampden, I think it's for a fan, it's one of the worst stadiums
That's not
to
great.
go and watch a game. But what's it like to be as a player?
It's good to play.
I mean, is the atmosphere amazing, like being in that park?
It's not
and
like playing at Ibrox, no.
Yeah.
But it was good to play there. Obviously, I played Celtic my first game at Hampden. We beat them 3-1.
No.
It was great.
Yeah, it doesn't measure up to an Ibrox, to a Tynecastle. For me, no chance. When I just think that stadium was built for concerts, not athletics.
Even
Not
they're
which is,
rotten as well.
No.
it's not a proper football stadium for me. I think there was a missed opportunity. See, when they were redeveloping that. I think you've got to bring the Rangers end in, the Celtic end. You've got to bring them in,
Aye.
so you have and have the fans on top of you. Have a proper football stadium.
Is that probably
The
your
closer it is.
most memorable game then? The Celtic one? No?
Memorable game
Aye.
ever.
Aye. Oh, like you playing in it?
No, 9 in a row. Won that night. That was amazing night.
Aye.
A lot of games at Ibrox, European night.
No, I mean at Hampden.
Oh, Hampden, aye, definitely, aye.
I sometimes wonder if players are telling a wee lie when they say, "Oh, love going to Hampden, love." I didn't really kind of get it, because when you play, that's why I'm mentioning Tynecastle, because when you played away, even Celtic Park, when you went there, they were right on top of you as well. Nah,
Tynecastle was a decent wee man as well.
That's good. It's
Aye.
good away day,
You
innit?
want that, because that gets you going as well, but we've spoke about in the past, when you're getting a bit of stick, when the fans are at it. You need that. So I don't think you quite get that at Hampden.
Nah, you don't.
Right, I'm just going to jump back onto the chat because there's loads of comments coming in. There's Curry Muncher again. Butland is proven to be crucial for us and is pulling off the saves when needed.
But by the way, Curry Muncher, well
Save
said.
for Kingsley was unbelievable.
But by the way, how good is he? He's just top drawer, isn't he?
But that's what he's saying. He says we'll need to be looking at silly numbers. If anybody wants him, it needs to be 15 million plus.
What about some of the pass backs he got past him yesterday,
Aye.
man, and he handled them no problem? Like,
I know.
nothing a weighty.
So what
What
you
was-
doing?
What's the song they're singing about him now? They're singing a wee song.
Aye.
Christ, I can't remember the
It's
boys.
status quo.
It's a status quo, isn't it? Go on.
I know. Go on here.
Aye, it's brilliant. He's top drawer, isn't he?
Aye, it's been brilliant.
Right, this Thursday we're Sparta Prague at home, 8 o'clock kickoff. Rangers obviously sitting second with 4 points with Sparta Prague, but they're top of their league now.
It'll be a hard game. They were decent the other week. We fought hard to get a well-earned point, which we would have taken before the game. But we have to win on Thursday. We really do. I think if we're to progress, I think this is a big game that we need to win.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a good side.
They're a good side.
They showed they were a good side in that first half. We were lucky, it came off at half time, not in each. It could have been 3 or 4. So we rode with luck a wee bit. We did improve into the second half.
We nearly
But,
stole it.
but because the last 20 minutes was different class. So because we opened up, that belief, that confidence started to get through the team, and we did create a few. So listen, they're coming to our patch now. So let's see how they deal with us. We're in a better place. We're a more confident side, and that's where you get the confidence, because you've got a better level of performance. We're in a cup final, so it's one to look forward to.
Is Balogun in the European squad?
Oh, good question.
No.
I think do you know something? I think he is. And I mean, don't quote me. I'm sure he is. But listen, Barisic is back in as well. So Davis is no let us down this season. He's come in and done a job. We don't know the situation with Golson, obviously with his injuries. But no, I just think of the positives. Look forward to that
Aye.
Thursday night. So we fancy it more. See again. You're saying you go back to that.
No,
night.
he's no Balogun's no.
Is he no?
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. So it'll be
Davies then?
Davies or Welsh. We need to see the situation with Suter. He doesn't give too much away about the injuries as well, didn't he? No, doesn't he say too much?
How would you approach a game on Thursday, Charlie? Oh, aye. No, mate. Good.
All out attack. Let's go for it. Go at them early doors, right out the blocks. Make it difficult for them. Get the fans behind us for the first minute, and then I'm sure we can get a good result. We need the fans behind you. See, European nights are great nights, and Thursday night will be no different. And
But I
I'm
think
sure the fans will be there, 50-odd thousand, whatever, and they'll be right behind the boys, because the fans are actually getting happier. We're picking up. We're in a final, so everything's looking rosy. just try to, obviously, we want to win the league. That's the main thing we really want to do. So we need to get in a right good run now and make sure we don't lose any games until we play them.
See, that's where I think the fans have played their part with Clement coming in. You can see they're a wee bit more patient. I think they'll realise it as well on Thursday night that they're up against a good side. So as much as we want to go on the front foot and as much as we'll try, we've got to be careful, because teams like us that we're up against, they're slick, they're good in the counter attack as well. So, but the manager will have a game plan, and I think we'll get that to see how that's going to kind of play out in the first 15-20 minutes. So sometimes the fans need to be patient, and I think they have showed that. So that's one thing we don't really speak about, because they have played their part. And that at Dundee the other night, that was mesmerising, wasn't it? That was unbelievable. Players, I quite liked it. Actually.
It looked good.
It looked amazing.
It did look good, but it was madness. We're going to probably get another fine.
I know.
Can we do that up in Lewis?
Aye, hang them at the plane.
We might need them
I know.
We get into a bit of trouble.
You ought to take a parachute on me, I'm fine. I'm only winding you up. I'm fine. Can't wait for it. Right. I'm just going to, if you've got any gigs coming up that you want to give a wee shout out to or anything.
Gigs?
Obviously.
Well, by the way, he's gigging every night, I think,
No,
when it sounds it.
I'm in that Mull in Iona with Bob Malcolm. And the following week for us.
Right.
25th, I think.
Singing at Mull Kintyre.
Mull and Iona.
Friday night, it's the Scott Cunningham's thing.
Oh, you're going to Ackies or something?
It's Friday night.
Is it?
So I don't know exactly what it entails.
I never get an invite.
So I don't know if it's a question and answer or something.
If there is performance on Saturdays, he doesn't deserve one. Mr. Sings.
I'm actually out with him on Saturday.
I was maybe down to the 15 pints you had before you got on the mic, yeah.
Because I was loaded with the flu.
All right.
I mean, listen to my voice is still a wee bit dodgy. Obviously, we're in the Lewis and Harris, 17th of November. And then I've got a wee gig on the 8th of December with Graham Souness and Ian Durant. And there's still tickets left for that, by the way.
I can't believe you've just described a gig, a wee gig. Graham Souness and
Sorry,
Ian
that's
Durant. A wee gig. Are you kidding me on?
A wee wig.
A wee gig.
A big wig.
By the way, did you see Souness this morning? He was on BBC. The wee girl, Fionn Inverness, has got a skin condition. But see, when you see him, he's sitting there and all that, and he's in tears and all that. Dead emotional.
I've met her a couple of times.
Have you? It's a real shame and all. What she goes through. I think that's what. That's what I think. Because we moan about certain things. Sometimes we come on here and we moan about the football, and then you see what that wee lassie's going through. It's incredible.
No. I went to a couple of his dues.
A wee gig.
Sorry.
Graham Souness, Ian Durant.
It's because he comes in here and all that. He's one of my mates now. You know what I mean? It's like just me and Graham.
You and Graham, is it? You
and Graham.
You and G, is it?
I heard some wee.
I done a thing in here the other day, as you know, and I was asked the question about Graham Souness, and I think Craig, who was interviewing me, I think he was quite surprised. I think people will expect me to have a go at Graham Souness, and it's like far from it. You know what I mean? It was. I can't believe
you right in the nose.
He was all right. I used to love my wee sit-downs with him, my wee meetings, 1v1. They were great. So they were, but it was getting the chance to play with Graham Souness, not just managing you, but playing with him. I mean, an absolute icon, isn't it? A world football.
I know, Charlie, what's this guy like in here when we're doing the podcast? Come 40 minutes, he's like, want to go. See, because the show was all about him the other day. 2.5 hours I've been in here recording.
But Jink, that wasn't done to me. That was
that you in history.
Aye. You can actually watch that on YouTube now. Craig Houston talks to and Fergie's on it.
All
right. But he was wanting to know about where I was born and all that. You know, I mean, where I was born. You know, was my dad present at birth and all that. You know, all that. He's off his seat. He was going right in depth and all that.
Aye.
So I was telling about all the when I stayed in Ballanert and that.
Aye.
You know, we used to play in the streets, playing football and all that, then watching the gangs or
fighting. Yeah.
Aye. Right, we've only got 5 minutes left, so we can't.
Right, we can't dive in
right.
That's plenty, please.
Aye. Away to Livy, 12 noon on Sunday. We'll just do predictions, I think, because we're running out of time.
Right.
Or do you want to do predictions for Thursday first?
That would be
3-1 Thursday.
Aye.
I think we'll win 3-1 on Thursday.
I'll take, and I think it's going to be quite tight. So I'm going to say we'll win 1-0. There you go.
I was going to say 1-0.
I'm going to go 1. I think
I'll do 2-1 then.
I think it'll be quite tactical as well. As much as I know Charlie's want us to have a go, I think it will be a wee bit more tactical. I hope I'm right. Hey, I hope it is 3-1. But I just get a feeling it's going to be really tight, and I think we might just edge it.
Aye.
Being at home, aye. Why not?
That's us came to the end.
Livy, what about the Livy?
Plastic pitch.
Oh, Livy. Aye, sorry.
Aye. It's always.
I'm trying to get home. I'm hungover for last night.
They're not in a good place at the minute. They're struggling a wee bit. I'm quite confident.
Cause us problems up there.
I think we win 3-0. There you go, 3-0 at Livy.
I'm going to go for 5-0.
What are you drinking, mate? Nah, but hey, could be. We're happier now, innit? It's a feel good factor. So.
Second bottom in the league now.
I mean, they're struggling a wee bit.
I'll go 3-1 on Sunday as well.
3-1.
I like your 3-1s, don't you?
Aye, this week, yeah.
Right, I'm just going to do one more shout out for obviously the wee charity gig that the Proclaimers are doing in Lounge 72 on the 26th of November, and it's to raise funds for Alex Rutherford. Unfortunately, he's fighting MND, which is what Fernando Rickson had, you know. So if you can get along, Proclaimers are going to be on, and then there's about another 4 or 5 singers on after them as well. So it's like your own wee version of Live Aid at Lounge 72.
Well, I'll get there at night. I'll definitely be there at night. That's a certainty. And do you want to know why I'll definitely be there as well? Because my missus is away as well. So
God.
that's a bonus, eh?
He's on the beer with Geraint, you want to do as well?
Aye. Oh, that'll be it. Aye.
That's not going to end well. That's not going to end well. Anyway, once again, thank you
Cheers,
and thanks for watching again. And if you can subscribe, hit us a like and share it with all your mates and everything. But thanks to all our sponsors: Lounge 72, SSAFA, Park Construction and Plant Hire, DB Dental Care, and Plugged In Business Solutions. You can get them all on our website, which is allaboutthegers.co.uk. We'll be back next Monday at 7:30. See you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.